rolling. And let's just take our time with talking because it takes people like 3 minutes to actually get in. And I need to make sure we see how many watchers we have. I don't want to be talking to no one. Stop. Do not do that. Thank you. All right. Okay. I'm Josh, as you all know.
And
You're supposed to be dead. That's what you are. I mean, knocked out. And we are reviewing Time for After of The Walking Dead and giving our thoughts on it. And Job, he'll be alright. I don't know if... Let me see if he's still breathing. Nope, he's completely dead. Or knocked out. I can't tell. He's alive, sneezing. He's sneaking.
I'm sneaking.
So we got one watcher. If you guys have anything to say about this episode of The Walking Dead, The Time for After, type it in the live chat and we will converse with you and we will read it out loud. So, Job, what were your thoughts on Time for After? And this is like 100% honest right now.
Well, I really did like the episode. It was better than the last week, in my opinion, because last week, I don't know, there was a little too much, like, I feel there were a little too many conversations, but the conversation in this episode, I feel, were done right. They weren't boring as the last episode, and I liked the pacing of this episode. It wasn't too all over the place. This was a good episode. This was a solid episode. What do you think?
I thought this episode was kind of boring. It's not the most boring episode they've ever had. It's really not. There have been way, way worse episodes. Like, we're on Easy Street. And my feet, they stink. We are on the Cell from season 7. That one I didn't even ever finish. If you want honesty, I did not. I got 10 minutes into it. I just could not take that song anymore. I like the multiple characters. That's what I really enjoy. I thought Tara was pretty hot. I don't know what that has to do with the episode, but yeah, she still has some pregnancy blub. But that's not, you know.
It's like she was sitting in the car. She was like, and she was straight, and then she's like, and then
it's just like, is that where Alexandria's food's going to?
She's eating it all.
Yeah,
you gotta feed that.
You have to feed that whale.
I'm
sorry. I'm so sorry. Someone send their ass back to a hospital. Get some blubber out there. Sorry. No, I think Tara's pretty. I'm sorry. But I think we should do a Talking Dead reaction to go, oh, whenever the surprise guest comes out. I'm sorry. But, no, like, one thing that, during that scene with Tara, it was funny because she was doing actually a great job of, sorry, what were you going to say?
I just realized when I said leaning on the car, I was talking about Rosita. Oops.
Oh, Rosita's hot.
She has a belly too.
Yeah, she just got done having her baby not too long ago.
With her sweatpants.
Latina cooch.
The baby came out and said,
Latina blubber.
Yeah.
I thought she was hot. I like Rosita. Rosita! That's how they would say it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, one thing when Tara was talking, like, she was actually doing a great job of acting for the first time in a while. And honestly, the only thing that was distracting was her eyebrows, because they kept, like, did you notice when they did that close-up of her leaning forward and backward trying to talk to Daryl, and Rosita, and Michonne, and she, like, her eyebrows would go up and down, down. That's the only thing that distracted me, but it was great acting for the first time in a while, because she wasn't trying to be funny like she usually is.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you think of the conversation between Michonne, Daryl, and Tara, and Rosita?
It's conflicting. You can tell that Daryl's wanting to go back to Rick's side, but he's also wanting to kill him. But they actually did go through the plan, so Daryl didn't cop out. He did what he wanted to do, which I liked. Even though I'm on Rick's side, I liked seeing people die, and I like seeing the Sabers cower regardless, because, I mean, Sabers need to die. But I did like there was real conflict, like if like in real life I say to someone like, "You really sure you don't want to rob that bank or something?" They're gonna be looking like Daryl, looking like, do I or do I want to? So it was real, but I mean, they do that a lot.
I like that's a good point you brought up. I like that because it was real.
Yeah.
It did make him sort of think differently. But if you really think about it, how they were saying let's wait it out, Daryl and the rest of them, there were saviors that died because of what he did. And now they don't have safety behind their walls. The people can sneak in and snipe them. They gotta sleep sometime unless they move somewhere else.
Yeah.
And did you want a spoiler or not? Did you not want a spoiler?
Is it minor or major?
It's not about who like it's not about the characters that die.
I'll take a spoiler then.
Characters. I mean, it's not about the anyway. So basically, Richard and the Garbage Pail Kids, they go into the base, and next episode they find out that Negan is no longer there. Spoiler over.
Ooh.
So that's a small one, I think. I mean, it might be big. Some people might consider that big, but he's not there.
Okay.
That's all I really give away. I'm not gonna give away the characters. Oh crap! Hey, block. No,
what?
Okay, we're back. It's blocked.
We're back.
It's blocked. What else happened? Negan and Father Gabriel. What do you think about their scene?
I just can't stare at the thumbnail when I'm laying down. Well, I thought that I thought that was cool. I don't know what he's infected with, or he might die. I think he's gonna die. I don't know if the guts got him infected, if he got bit. Cause who is it? Bob.
Yes.
You know in the comics. Spoilers! You guys seem to know ratings. Spoilers in the comics. Bob dies, but in the show he's like he goes through like walkers and stuff, and you don't see him getting bitten. He's like, "I've been bitten, you stupid mother." And then I did that, and I think that's what Gabriel's gonna do. He's gonna be like, oh, "I've been bitten."
Like Batman.
God take me. But in all seriousness, no, I like that conversation. I'm just getting tired of Eugene.
Yeah.
I mean, he great actor. Gosh, he's good. That takes brilliance. That line, he's like, "I'm 10 by 10 solid and 5 by 5, 5 by 5."
I love that.
Like, how do you memorize that? But yeah, I love the actor. But at first, I thought Eugene was kind of playing the saviors, but at this point, he's cowering out and he's actually trying to be a Negan. So, I mean, what do you think about them?
Father Gabriel and okay. Eugene, things I liked were when Gabriel was trying to... What?
Thumbnail and a half.
Oh, sorry.
That thumbnail is great.
Sorry. Oh, we got two people watching. The two people that are watching, leave your thoughts on the episode or your favorite part or what you think is going to happen in the mid-season finale.
Do it.
In the live chat. Do it, like Job said. But anyway, I liked how Gabriel was trying to grab water, and Eugene was just...
Yeah, and then eventually he helped him. He's like,
yeah.
Ugh.
I want him to just try and hand it to Gabriel. Gabriel reaches out.
Drop
and,
it.
Yeah, it just pours it out. Or throws it on his face. That'd be hilarious.
Holy water.
Holy water. Yeah, take that, preacher. Holy water.
Well.
So, I mean, I thought it was more padding the episode out. It was acted well. The lines of Eugene were unintentionally hilarious.
Yeah.
But there's so many scenes that aren't really needed. And you can tell they spent most of their budget on Shiva.
Yeah.
Like, if Shiva wasn't in this season, they probably would have been able to have more action.
Yeah.
Another thing I think is if they have issues with budgets and stuff, like these TV shows and movies are like, well, we didn't have enough money left over in the budget because we had this big CGI scene. Well, there are fans that are willing to edit, that know how to do the muzzle flashes and stuff for free.
Yeah.
Why don't they just like contact people on YouTube and say, hey, we'll even pay you $100 to edit this many things. There are people that will do it for free, and there are people that do it for $100. They don't care, and they're like, hey, they can put that on their resume. The Walking Dead did, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why don't they just find people to do it for them if they're saying, hey, we don't have enough money left to pay our special effects people to do that? I mean, I don't think they think of that.
Yeah.
But what were your thoughts on the amount of action in this episode, since we're on the topic of action?
I know every episode of The Walking Dead has to have action. Like, I think that's a thing that the writers and the producers, like, it's not like they're signing like it's a legal documentation, but I think that they make sure every episode has like at least 1 second of action, because there have been episodes where there was close to none.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's ever been an episode where there has not been ever like it was just all talk. Although there was like an episode that was like 95% talking. I think it was like during prison.
Yeah,
or something.
When the governor and Rick were talking,
Yeah.
they're on the doorpost.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think I thought of that episode, Joe?
I thought you loved it.
Oh, yep, absolutely did. I did. That's the one episode that they spent, like Job said, like 40 minutes, and then they did have a little bit of action when Martinez and Daryl were hitting the walkers outside.
Yeah.
And that scene could have been absolutely removed, and I still would have loved it. Like that.
It was
episode,
tense
Yes.
conversation. It wasn't meaningless.
Yes.
It was like you felt tension in the air.
And when the governor said, and you fail to see the devil in front of you, and Rick says, "Oh, I'm looking at him."
Yeah.
That is like
One of the coolest lines.
exactly, and it was so well acted, well shot that you don't need action. It's just episodes like this where it's so. This episode was. I liked the conversations that they had. Some of them. I could have done without Gabriel and Eugene, but I get it's to establish his character. I liked the Dwight and Eugene scenes.
I love the roof one. That was probably one of my
Yes,
favorites.
that
The
one was
cinematography on that was amazing. Like Eugene was in focus, and when Dwight had his
Yeah.
gun out, it was focused too somehow, and then
Yeah.
Dwight was blurred out. It was
I loved
cool.
it. I love that. See, that's a good scene. That is a good scene. And the amount of walkers, we did get walkers this episode,
Yeah.
and I don't know why I said it like that, but I'm just trying to think. There's one other scene that was significant to me. Eugene and Negan, when Eugene tried to kiss Negan's
Yes.
hand. Hilarious.
That was funny. You could tell though the writers, they made him act it out like that wasn't Negan was doing this like full on. He wasn't doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, it was more of like a trick to the audience than like Negan trying to. I don't know how I'm trying to say it. Like it looked like Negan wanted to kiss, but then he tried to act it off. Like his hand should have been like this if he really wanted to shake like in real life. But it was like he was doing this. So I mean that was the only nitpick I had. But that was hilarious.
He does do that though, and every scene when he tries to shake someone's hand, Jeffrey Dean Morgan does,
Awkward little-
and it's so perfect though because it's a character trait. And I pull it away.
Yes, he's like,
Eugene,
dude.
I was not asking for a kiss, even though you may have been inclined to think so. I love that.
Yeah.
Um,
But other than, I mean,
Hello.
yes, I'm back. I gotta mention something. Eugene puking looked so real because it wasn't. His mouth was open. Like in Hollywood, they have liquid in their mouth and they open his mouth.
Yeah.
Either that was like real or they somehow. I don't know what they did.
Joe, read that message. Let's see.
In the season finale, I believe Carl's head will explode into a fine paste, a cinematic close-up, a paste so fine the world rejoices in bliss.
So Colby says your comments are so funny. Hit that subscribe button and share this live stream to your Facebook. Let's get as many subscribers as possible.
Likes.
And likes and shares
Don't
and subscribers
dislike.
for the mid-season finale. We want to get as many viewers as possible, and we can only get as many viewers as possible if you share our YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for your comment. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's
So he's been there. I think Colby's been here since the beginning. He's at one watching.
okay.
But it's much easier when we have it up on the screen so you can see it too. Yeah. What did you think about the paper airplane with the iPod flying over the...
I liked it, and you know what's funny? There was no amount of like weight on that iPod would not have crushed it like a Walker foot. So we know it's there. We know someone's gonna find it, or maybe not, and bring it to one of the saviors and be like, Dwight's on Rick's side. And then I don't know, but I don't think Dwight's gonna die yet. If it goes like spoiler, if it goes like in the comics where Dwight actually fights with Rick and they actually, and then Negan becomes a good guy and then all that, if that plays out, then yeah, but I did like the airplane scene. I thought it was cool, but they built it up so much because he was doing like all the experiments and stuff, and then it lasted like 3 minutes. But I liked it. I did. Love that roof scene.
It's more of what you brought up. I said this, that I caught on that my mother didn't catch it. That when Dwight came out, he didn't know that Eugene had a recorder on him.
Yeah.
So everything Dwight saying, you know, we're gonna kill Negan, we're gonna destroy this place, was recorded.
Yeah.
So thank you for reminding me of that when you said that. So Eugene could blackmail him and say, hey, do this and this and this and this, like the classic TV show trope of, I know something you did, and I'm going to tell him unless you do everything I tell you to do. That could be Eugene really coming into Negan. Yeah. And then he gets a big fat head, bigger and fatter than it already is, and starts commanding Negan around, and Negan, Lucille. You know what sucks, though, is that we're probably never, ever going to get Eugene back in Alexandria with the group, talking to the princess group or whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've read that part in the comics, where as the princess...
I think I have.
It's called Fear of the Princess, where they actually meet up with her group, and that's one thing that I'm... Then again, I've seen Eugene as a savior for so long that I don't even like him, and I don't care that we have no watchers anymore. I'm having fun. We usually get viewers afterward. But anyway, like, we've seen Eugene as a savior for so long that I cannot see him going back to Alexandria.
He's still funny, but he's not redeemable at this point.
And we saw him for the first time, like, really angry this episode. For the first time.
Yeah, when he was talking to Dwight, he's like...
Yes.
Because he saw the walkers coming, and it's a realization where he's like, Rick's going to take me out, or Daryl's side and Michonne, if Rick's not going to do it, they're going to kill me.
Yeah.
They don't care. And that's one thing I do like about Daryl's side, and not Michonne because she left, but Tara and Rosita's still kind of torn. But Morgan and Daryl... I
want to tear her in more ways than one. I'm sorry, what? That'd be called Rosita's Survival Guide, School Survival Guide. Rosita's Declassified School Survival Guide. I'm sorry.
Rosita.
Rosita!
Whoa.
It's gonna be sexy as crap. I love it. It's gonna be funny.
But Morgan and Daryl's side, they're the real brunt heads of their side.
Oh my God, Morgan.
He was good. He wasn't in it a lot, but he did some good stuff. He was sniping through the windows, but
he is better.
I lost my train of thought. You said the Rosita Terror and terror in more ways, and then I forgot because I did that face for a minute.
I'm so sorry. I want to tear her in more ways than one.
Oh wait, no, I forgot. Well, what I think I was gonna say is they're really okay. Yeah, they're trying to, like, Eugene knows that Daryl and Morgan don't care if Eugene goes down with the Saviors because I feel like, again, I mentioned like 10 minutes ago. I first thought that Eugene was just playing the Saviors, and at first I think he was just a little bit trying. He's like, okay, maybe I can go back. I'm just trying to get some info and recon this out. But then now I think he's actually he's such a coward. He's actually becoming a savior against his will because he wanted to do good, but now he's becoming a savior, and it's So.
It's true. There's just no way you can redeem the guy, and Rick would be an idiot to trust him again. But then he trusts the garbage pail kids multiple times, and they screw him over. So he's just got a weak conscience when it comes to people that he knew or he used to know or does know.
And he was with them for so long, like
yes, in season 4,
betrayed them just so quickly, like. I just don't.
I wish he would have had a flashback of Abraham as well when they did the Sasha flashback for that split second as a walker.
Yeah.
Wait. How did Eugene see Sasha from the same angle of the episode when he scattered when the gunshots start firing after Negan let her out? How did he, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I think they just put it in just to, like, he knew she was a walker.
That's just
But
yeah.
I don't
guess.
think I don't think they like meant to say like he saw it from here. I think enough.
I wish Jim that he would have seen like someone has got to mention to Eugene, Sasha, Abraham, Glenn, and then have him have like 3 flashbacks in a row. Like I mean Abraham, I don't know. They had them fight so much. It's just, but then again he was close to Abraham even if they fought.
Yeah.
And then mention Spencer. I know no one really cares about Spencer. I thought he was an okay guy, but I don't get it. It's just watch the big shock in the finales, Eugene. You won't want to miss because everyone's gonna just flip out. But Jeffrey Dean Morgan did say if you hated Negan last year, you're gonna hate him after the mid-season finale.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, if it's what this, and I'm almost 100% certain out of 100% that it is who they say it is, and if they do flip it, I will still be happy either way. But I'm just gonna say I'm gonna miss Morgan so damn much. Wow.
Well.
He's such a good character, though. Like, he's good when they don't have... Like, he was even good when it was, life is precious, dick. He was good back then, but he's good when they let him actually have those moments where he takes control.
Yeah.
Regardless whether people like his football get-up look or not, I like it.
I think it's cool. That's a nice twist.
He used to have an outfit just like that
Yeah.
in football uniform. It's good. It only protects from bites and scratches, and maybe some melee. Like someone tries to punch you, it'll hurt their knuckle.
Yeah.
But it might help against, depending on the angle, getting shot. It might help, but you have nothing covering your face, so it leaves your face wide open like a virgin girl's legs. But anyway, moving on. I'm just ready for that mid-season finale. Honestly. I mean, last year's mid-season finale, you remember what happened during that mid-season finale last year, right? Season 7?
Believe so. I'm remembering the finale for some... you remind me as soon as you say a word, I'll...
Pull.
Oh, yeah. It was... Yeah, with the...
Yep.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best finale, in my opinion. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. But it's also not really that memorable either, because it was someone that people really didn't click with. And I'm seeing like, I agree with what Spencer said, because this does pertain to this season. Trust me, I'm gonna get around to that. Like, I agree with what Spencer said. Rick shows up, and every place that he goes to hell, and groups start fighting. That much is true. Atlanta group, they were fine until Rick showed up, and then Walker started coming when Rick showed up, and then the farm was perfectly fine until Rick shows up, and then boom, the farm goes down. The prison was absolutely fine with the prisoners inside, but Axel, Oscar, Tomas, and Big Tiny were absolutely fine, and then Rick shows up, and then Terminus was absolutely fine. Woodbury, hang on, I'm going to have myself. Woodbury was absolutely fine until Rick shows up. Then Terminus was absolutely fine until Rick shows up. And then Alexandria was completely fine for 2.5 years until Daryl shows up. Oh, sorry, Rick shows up. And then the Sanctuary was absolutely fine until Rick shows up. And then the Hilltop was perfectly fine with Gregory until Rick, Maggie, Sasha, and Rosita show up. Are you seeing like something going on here?
I do see.
Grady Memorial Hospital. I skipped that because it's not that memorable. Was absolutely fine until
I didn't forget even the name of that hospital. Well,
Rick showed up. Sorry.
Well,
You know what? We need to make a video. Rick the Death Curse. Rick the Destroyer. Rick the Angel of Death. Everywhere Rick goes, it's like Herschel said. I don't want static. Remember Herschel? That's what my favorite was. He wasn't lying. Rick and company destroy everywhere. Like, Job, you just caught me off guard. I forgot the name of that hospital. I only remember it because it was so damn boring. I like Dawn, the head cop. She was hot, a little old, but very sweaty. I mean, might take her shoes off and go, ugh, smell some damn funk to feet. But anyway, I didn't like Officer Dawson. He was the guy that had the comb over here, kind of like when you had your head shaved. That was him. I don't know if you remember the name, so I'm just gonna. And I don't remember the doctor's name, honestly. I like Noah. Noah's the best thing to come out of that, and Beth's death. I mean, then again, I like Beth. I wanted her to get at least a nude scene or two in, but that never happened. I'm not kidding. Sorry. So, what were your thoughts on going back to how Spencer relates to it? Spencer warned Negan. He said, if you don't kill Rick, this everywhere's going to fall. And he's going to fight you later on. And Negan's like, oh, that's not going to happen. How did he say it, Job? You remember his line?
I don't remember.
What
did he say?
And then you tell me everything was fine, and then Rick shows up. That's the saddest story I've ever
heard.
Or what can you say that?
Saddest story I've ever heard. You just little
Lean
back. Oh my gosh, it's his signature move.
What do you think of this lean back?
Well, I think that
Jeffrey D. Morgan's right here looking you in the face.
eventually season 10 will be like this.
Yes,
dig in the dough.
Oh, suck my hot dig in the dough.
Suck my hot dig in the dough.
And it grows.
And then it grows.
Sorry about that.
Well,
there's an echo in here. I love it.
I love it.
That was creepily accurate, by the way.
Way.
That is creepy.
Creepy. There's an echo in here.
Oh my god. There's a draft too. That's just my butt. Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa. That's on point.
Well,
I'm doing Diane. You know how Diane she does her feet. She goes, just kicks for no reason.
Well,
I'm glad though. I it's just this. Okay. So what were we gonna say? I didn't mean to cut you off. I really did.
If you guys liked the episode, leave comments, subscribe, and like. And what did you want to
say? One, Emily Kenny's hot. Two, Alexandra Breckenridge, aka Jesse's really sexy.
You didn't like the episode?
Oh no, it's not the worst. It's not definitely.
Well, I loved it, man. I mean, I don't know.
It's not the worst.
Well, I guess
It's not the worst. I mean, on a scale. Hey, what? Don't beeping effing beep. Interrupt me. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this episode?
20. I love it.
Oh, man, your phone was like, there we go. But
perfect.
I'm just gonna say what was it? What on a scale
11.
of 1 to 10?
11. I loved it.
How can you just? Here we go again. Oh my god! How can you just criticize? How can you criticize points of the show and still get an above perfect? 11 out of 10. It's not mathematically accurate. It's not mathematically possible. It's not. Do you even think before you give?
See how that clock's moving?
Oh. I want to make you pay by ripping off your dick. Come on. Be the Negan to your Rick. I hit you with your own phone. Oh no. Arm break. Come on the nuts. Shit, that was a hard one. You knocked the air out of me! No, you really did.
If you guys...
Brady, help me!
Wow. Well, I liked the episode, guys. If you like...
Morgan the missing finale! Don't worry.
It's a...
Punch Scribe! That really knocked the air out of me earlier. I don't mean to cough over your pillow. He's still breathing. He's still breathing. Hang on. Shit.
Too weak.
No!
Myself.
Back break!
I can only move my arms now. I can't move my back.
Tune in for the mid-season finale of The Walking Dead. And as always, like, comment, subscribe.
I'm gonna love that fight. I'm gonna love that fight. I got a black eye from that. Hit the subscribe button.